How many people have, how many of you have ever listened to R&B music? If you haven't, then I would like to say you're missing out. If you have, then that is a blessing. Did you know that throughout history there have been over 600 professional R&B singers, thus making R&B one of the most popular forms of music with one of the most artists in that artistry of music? Today you will learn about the origins of R&B, the artists and singers, and about some of the most influential R&B albums throughout history. According to RCA Victor, R&B music origins can be traced back to the 1940s through the 1950s. Rhythm and blues, abbreviated as R&B, is a genre of popular music that has originated in African American communities in the 1940s. In the commercial rhythm and blues music typical of the 1950s through the 1970s, the bands usually consisted of piano, one or two guitars, bass, drums, one or more saxophones, and sometimes background vocalists. R&B music has a lot of different types of music. Jazz is a very complex type of music with a different rhythm than other types of music. Jazz is a musical genre that originated in the African American communities of New Orleans, United States in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with its roots in blues and ragtime. Since the 1920s jazz age, it has been recognized as a major form of musical expression and traditional and popular music linked by the common bonds of African American and European American musical parentage. Jazz is characterized by swing and blue notes, complex chords, call and response vocals, polyrhythm, and improvisation. Jazz has roots in the West African cultural and musical expression and in African American music traditions. For the artists and singers, Chris Brown, with his first single running peaking atop the Billboard Hot 100, had become the first male artist since 1997 to have his debut single top of the chart. Another artist, being Mary J. Blige, in the 1992, Blige released her first album, What's the 411. Her 1994 album, My Life is Among Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time, in Time Magazine's All Time 100 Albums. A group of R&B singers, Mary Mary, they are a female American urban contemporary gospel duo composed of sisters Erica Atkins Campbell and Tristina Atkins Campbell. Also, New Edition is an American R&B group from the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts. Formed in 1978, this group reached its height of popularity in the 1980s. There are a lot of great R&B musicians and performances throughout history. You have DeVoe with his album Poison in the 1990s. You have Mary J. Blige with her album My Life in 1994. You have Usher with his album My Way in 1997. And all in all, I want you to remember that the R&B is a signal of Black excellence, and the rhythm and blues is a huge staple for the Black community. Not only the Black community, but for everyone in America. A lot of great artists and a lot of great albums have heavily influenced not just the Black community, but the whole music industry as well.